This election, we've seen candidates use things like social media in order to attract more young voters. While the young vote is important, statistics show young voter turnout is typically the lowest both nationally and here in Washington. Marissa Rio joins us now. And Marissa, what does voter registration look like so far this year when it comes to that younger population?
It is still pretty low compared to the older population here in Washington. As you can see, just over 9% of registered voters are between the ages 18 to 24. That number jumps to just over 16% for ages 25 to 34, but that is still relatively low when we look at the 65 and over demographics, where it's at nearly 26%. I asked college students today why they think this is.
Older ladies wearing flamboyant purple hats, not the typical students you'd normally see on a college campus. That's because they're not college students. These are grandmas with the Granny Caravan, a nonpartisan group. They were at Spokane Community College today, helping young people register to vote. Here's where I asked students why they believe their peers don't show up at the polls.
A lot of them just believe that it's just a corrupt system, that it's like my vote doesn't matter, and it's why do I vote when I don't see the impact of it?
Other young voters echoed that response, some saying their friends also don't feel well informed.
I think a lot of people think that like their one vote won't really matter, but it's kind of just if we're banding together and we all do that one little thing, just voting, then more people like you will actually we'll start to see more change if we actually fight for the things that we want and vote for what we want.
As for what's important to these young voters this election season,
it's how they're going to help the homeless situation, because it's getting the number of people who are getting homeless are bigger every year.
Just being heard by the people that we're voting for, and also things like climate change, stuff like that will and is still affecting our country, our planet.
All students I spoke with today said they believe it's important for their peers to use their voices and to vote this election.
For the 2020 elections, Idaho voter registration demographics also showed that most registered voters were 65 plus. As you can see, just over 27% of registered voters in Idaho in 2020 were 65 plus, compared to about 24.5% for ages 18 to 34. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.